everybody. It's been a while, so this is awkward. So it's been about, according to YouTube and them emailing me, about 2 years since I've done a video on this channel. And I mean, anyone who's been keeping up with all the stuff that I do, kind of been doing a daily podcast that has been kind of finding way more success on that. And I kind of like fell out of the YouTube game, started really paying attention to analytics and realizing that it's, for a lot of, I don't know how to say it, better words, I didn't want that easy success that YouTube comes. Just look back at my videos of what spikes into the 10,000s, 100,000s, and what doesn't. Felt like educational videos about Transformers just really weren't the thing, but going for the easy, new, fresh views. So I kind of let that go aside and figured I'd focus more on just the spoken word and a still image that seems to be doing just as good, in my opinion, especially in terms of what people enjoy. But then YouTube came a-knocking, and they're all like, hey bro, you know, you're a partner with us and you haven't done anything in 2 years and we'd really like it if you put out some new content. So I was like, okay. This is Protoman of Protoretro, and this is a video review of Cyberverse Wildwheel? Battle Call? Sure, why not? Why not? Let's talk about Wildwheel. Let's do that. Let's do that. Let's do what? Do you hear that music? You hear that music? Oh, that's the music. Now we know that the video's happening. Now we know it's happening. So this is Protoman. This is Protoretro after 2 years, and this has been a video review, or will be a video review, of Battle Call Wildwheel. So let's do this. Protoretro. Intergalactic Outlaw Wildwheel. So this is the Trooper class Battle Call Wildwheel Cyberverse kind of thingamabobby line. One of the many gimmick-laden kind of stuff that's going on within Transformers Cyberverse. I mean, we just want basically decent-looking deluxe class and Voyager figures, but this is Battle Call. This is Hasbro's game now. 90% of Transformer product that is aimed at a younger audience has to have bells and whistles and three-step transformations. But Battle Call at least kind of is this weird middle ground. It kind of is this thing where it's like, okay, we're going to give you kind of a deluxe price point, you know, upper echelon thing, but we still got to put a gimmick. We still got to use a cheaper, thinner SABS, MABS kind of plastic from Vietnam that's going to get damaged as we try to do some things. And that's that. And it'll probably be the best Wildwheel figure you will ever get for the longest time until 20 years from now when kids are nostalgic for it and they do a reissue line in 2000 whatever. But the point being is that this is what we got right here. Again, Wildwheel up to this point just had this tiny turbo changer, which, I don't know, like, look at even the wheels on it, man. Like, what's going on here? What's going on here? Not even the right color. Anyways, so here we got the alt mode. It's some kind of car, some kind of not car. Sure, whatever. Should have been like a steam engine or something. And it comes with a bunch of stuff. What do we got here? Some shield pieces, some, I guess, I don't know, cover pieces, and other guns, and hey, a little nifty hat. It's probably the best part of all of this. So, essentially, these are the Energon Power Battle Call pieces, and they plug into all the different holes here to varying, yay, sure. And the guns, they go on the side here to, I don't know, like maybe they're supposed to be upside down like this, or I don't know, like this. I don't know what they want us to do. It's just there. And if you take these off, you have like the same thing. You have like these 4 holes here, and then you got these pieces that you could kind of put on and I guess make them kind of look like a brown hot rod. Sure. I don't know. Again, it's there as part of the gimmick. The character never sported any kind of this jargon in the show, but it's extra stuff there. The hat has nowhere to go, unfortunately, but that's just how it is. Let's get into essentially the robot mode because there's not much else going on. Unpainted wheels, you know, hello, how you doing under there kind of thing. I will say one thing, at least the way the transformation is a little different. Of course, I'm not going to show all of that, but I'll show it in pieces right now. Transformation. So they almost got it. Almost. Little bit of things going on here that are kind of bothersome, but what to be expected at a toy that's really aimed at a very specific audience that won't care too much. So first issue that I have is the way that the backpack is done back here is that while hey props, instead of it just being something that flows loosely, it does have a peg point where it clips in there and it stays good. But now it creates all that weight. And that weight is just not good. It is just not good. Sometimes it'll stand, but because of the lack of any kind of proper heels or stuff, it's literally just one shake away from it falling. And, you know, you could obviously put it in poses to counterbalance that weight and stuff, but at the end of the day, a static pose is not going to do it. Second, you could also notice just how thin those arms are, just because this whole design is about using really thin plastics to the point that he's almost translucent in a lot of ways. But that's, again, the issue when using MABS or SABS plastic. It's a lot thinner. It's a lot cheaper. Welcome to Hasbro Vietnam. Okay, so let's talk about accessories. Let's bring in all this wackiness. So the hat is probably the best part, but the gimmick is essentially you could put this stuff on him, and it's like the Energon armor, and it plugs in. It's like, oh, hey, he's got this green stuff, and then you could put these little pieces here, I guess, and it's extra Energon armor, and it kind of looks like, oh, okay, he's got something going on. We could put his guns here and his hands, and oh yeah, look at him. Are you excited yet? No, I'm not either. So whatever with that. Now the problem with putting in these pieces, unfortunately, is because of the plastic, and we could kind of maybe see it here, it already starts to stress the holes on these things just by putting them in. I think I've done it twice now up to this point, and it slowly is damaging the plastic because the plastic really wasn't made to tolerate any kind of major insertion giggity. But he has another gimmick. He has another gimmick, and it's the battle call gimmick, which is you turn this little switch here on top, and the louder we are, the more he gets bright. So if I talk, it gets louder, and then he kind of blinks at me. You're a bad toy. Hasbro effed up. What's going on? I should really be podcasting. So you see what's going on there. It's yeah. The gimmick is you yell at it. Here's the positive. So put aside all the other junk, maybe keep the weapons here and keep the hat, and then let's get into something that might be a little more, I guess, interesting for a collector or a guy who wants to display something from the show. So one thing that I didn't expect that was cool was he has holsters on both of his, I guess, thighs here for his guns. Nice little extra, didn't need to do that. The only problem is they don't really hold well, they're just kind of there, so you could have them in there, but any kind of just a little bit of gravity and they're gonna come right out. So, but it is a nice little touch that is there. So you could kind of have one in the holster and he's holding one and everything. And next thing, hey, he has a hat. So you could kind of match him how he looks on the show with his hat and make it look really cool. Let's just put him, oh, there we go, already falls out. Hasbro, what are you doing to me, brother? And there you go. Not bad, not bad. Turn on the battle call thing just to finish the job in bandolier action. Yeah. Anyways, so that's more or less it in terms of what you get. Again, articulation, it's not bad. It's ball joints everywhere. But considering that he can't really hold a pose without falling over... Actually, no, there you go. That's the one time that that backpack might help. If he wants to sit at a saloon, order some Energon booze, I reckon. But otherwise, not much else going on. I also want to bring up that the other Battle Call figures, they also have the same Energon armor stuff, but unfortunately each one of them have their own unique kind of peg, so you can't even swap them and mix them with each other, which would have been a nice little gimmick to kind of, you can mix and match, but, well, they didn't want to do that, so the Australian stereotype can't work out with the Western stereotype. And here he is, tiny turbo changer in robot mode. Not much better. So unfortunately, this is the best Wildwheel figure we have, assuming that we're not going to have much more Cyberverse Deluxe figures or anything like that. This might be your only chance to get a Wildwheel, which kind of is the issue when it comes to the Transformers Cyberverse line, is sometimes important characters only have one figure, and that figure ain't too good. So pick your poison. Take your time, decide if you want it. It's not that great, I'll be honest. I bought it on clearance, and even then I'm kind of like, it's all right, I guess. Solid 6 out of 10. Could have been better. I would have preferred a slightly smaller deluxe that just was a little better engineered and put together with some stronger plastic. But like I always say, it is what it is. And I finally gave YouTube that video that they've been waiting for 2 years for. So here it is. It's Wildwheel. And it's not that great. Brown like he belongs. So this is Protoman or Protoretro, and this has been a video review of Transformers Cyberverse Bumblebee Adventures. What is this? This is the, I gotta look at the box here, the Trooper class. The Trooper class. Battle Call Wildwheel. Too many names, too complex. It is what it is. See you on the podcast, not on this channel. Maybe I'll post something else if I feel like it, but don't get your hopes up.